Ah, hello everybody. Finally, me and Bree both got on at a decent time this week. We tried last night. We did. I think I was in queue for like 8 hours. Bree wasn't in quite as long, but it was still really late by the time we were both in, so. Oh well. But let's see. The game is. Or the thing's probably going to take a bit to load my model. There we go. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's having a good night. Oh, I see the kitten has joined chat. Ah.
Meow.
And see, I've been leveling Summoner. Do you like the glamour, Bree?
You're wearing a bra.
What? I'm wearing a crop top, thank you.
No, it's just a bra.
Oh my gosh.
Just a really advanced one that has sleeves too.
You're special. But yeah, I really like... Oh geez, my gear is destroyed. There.
I keep panicking a little when I look at my gear and I don't see it going all the way down on the left side. I'm just like, why don't I have something equipped?
For anyone watching who hasn't seen this before, just why? Literally, there's two more over here. They could have moved this soul crystal over here. They could have put the offhand up here. Like, there's so many better ways they could have done this. I don't know why they just left this giant gap here. But I need to switch to Gunbreaker, because I can't do story as Summoner yet. Don't think I'd want to anyway. But... probably. I could see the Final Fantasy devs wanting to trigger people. But we have story to continue. Oh. I'm
Like
pretty
both
sure
our
it's...
teleport points are halfway between.
I'm pretty sure the spot we have to go to is like right beside this town, isn't it? Oh, no, it's that town.
We have to go down the lift.
Well, after we go down, let me carry us, because I got the map, so... I faster now.
Oh. You just don't like Cruise Chaser.
I love Cruise Chaser.
You just don't like Cruise Chaser.
Oh my gosh.
It's still allied seals for the things, right?
For the maps?
Speed.
The maps in the new zones, it's the bicolor.
Oh.
You have to do 6 fates and then you can buy them.
Alright, well,
Q.
that's what happens if I press that button instead of riding them out.
Oh.
Congrats, since we're using the car, you've made me turn off mount music.
Thinking of turning something off. Know what I did earlier? I
Turn
made...
me up.
Oh my gosh. I made K turn off party effects.
Why?
Because of Summoner. It's just pillars of light over and over again.
Party effects are good.
Let's see what Cookingway has to say. This is the place, yes? The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crop without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. Cookingway pie. I don't know, cooking away pie sounds a little weird.
No, that sounds perfect.
What a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the Forum decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal.
I'm gonna be quick. I forgot I went to get water, but then forgot my cup to bring it down.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us, but no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take the variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry. That's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? Okay, circle over there. I don't see any other circles. I guess this one's straightforward.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Time to go sample produce.
Produce.
Yeah,
Produce.
same fucking thing.
I'm gonna produce your produce.
Okay. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes? Let's see if they're as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in far less visceral manner than the philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion of grapes? Oh my god! Why is the option so dramatic? I do love grapes though. Yes, they're rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. I love how it's like, I am willing to kill for grapes, or I want them to go extinct. The only in between is just meh.
I was gonna say, or just a solid meh.
Orange by name, orange by nature.
Also, I'm pretty sure
What
they
came
just
first?
use their thinking animation to have them taste the grape.
What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yeah, see? Who cares? Yes, that's... equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Uriange about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preference. Now I see why you all turned up your noses at the idea of eating nothing but carrots, marvelous though they still are in my estimation. Let no one say I say otherwise. Ah, but speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in the field over there. Okay. Where is the next one? Oh, way over there.
Opposite side, yeah.
Sprint. Must get there. That color, that texture. Are they some sort of enormous round carrot? A pumpkin, I'm guessing? No? In any case, proper nomenclature is less of concern than the taste. Blech, it's so hard and flavorless. I may as well be chewing on a piece of wood. That's all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop, stop, stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these rock-hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder, though, if there's anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Oh, these airheads. Yellow fruit.
Do you like the shitty carrots?
I do. Now let's see what he likes about the sour oranges.
Mm-hmm.
What a wondrous fragrance. With luck, it'll have flavor to match. As I've no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. Oh no! My tongue! Is this poison? Oh no. A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ugh! It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. That was great. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way that they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon, the deceiver. I feel so violated. Aha, first time, was it? I hate for you to leave a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it could be amiss of me to spurn this opportunity to... bit of Vic came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. Oh. Oh, cutscene. Oh, that's one gross sounding eating noise. This is... delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state. It has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us, no doubt the Forum agonizing over what was worth preserving, and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive. Such strength of will, now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Laportes, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Ooh, fancy cutscene. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal, is the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What, then, is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. Be content with what we have and make the most of it. It's a life lesson right there. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. Pardon my Orzian, but what in the seven hells are you on about? And who are you, anyway? Cooking way at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops, too. We'll work together to preserve as many Aetheris' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive, probably. Let's go and see Urianger and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? That little man just bit a muffin and the meaning of life flashed before his eyes.
Yes.
It's too good.
I want lemon muffins. I haven't had a muffin in general in a very long time.
Yeah, me either.
I should get one at some point.
My mom buys them every now and then, but she usually gets like chocolate ones and dairy. Can't
Yeah.
have, sadly.
I don't like chocolate muffins all that much. The chocolate feels too rich for it.
Mm.
I generally have like blueberry, but I wanted to try other fruity one too.
My favorite ones are carrot muffins.
Don't think I've tried those.
Yeah, there's another, just I can't remember the flavor, but there's one that has carrot in it, and it's one of my favorites. Oh, there you are. Ugh. Have the others finished talking about rainmaking Watsits yet? Where have you and Cooking Way been? If the two of you were engaged in pursuits of an educational nature, you should have taken me too. I'm the leader, after all. Not to rub it in, but we had the most fantastic time while you were away. Urianger was able to obtain all matter of meteorological data for us to pore over. I'll be sure to put my newfound knowledge to good use once we return to the moon. It is my duty to make your journey as comfortable as possible, though there's no telling how long it'll be. 100 years? 1,000? Probably closer to 5,000, give or take. This bunny's crazy. Oh no, I didn't talk to Urianger. Crap, I didn't talk to Urianger.
Urianger basically just said, judging by the grin on Cooking Way's face, your excursion was a resounding success.
Yes. Like you lemons, make lemon muffins. That was the most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Far East has oodles of noodles. Would that I had time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. Tanya, I trust thy time in Meryl ergonomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlaine Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every Laporte there, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Are we just going right beside the Aetherite?
Yes. Would you rather teleport?
Growing Way didn't want to go back. I was just gonna say I'll just teleport us. I just want to save as much time as we can because we have so little.
We're speedrunners now.
Yes. Speedrunners without skipping anything. It's 100% run.
Cutscene percent.
100% run. The Laportes want for activities and stimulation, but I struggle to conceive of how to busy them whilst we wait. Oh, there was nowhere in particular I was hoping to go. I simply wish to see, hear, feel, and think as much as possible while we're here. What does that look for? What did I say? Why did I not ask Jebki how to make carrot muffins? We could have had baked goods bursting with happiness. That was ever delightful, and with this much information, I can fine-tune the moon's environs for your people's comfort. It's surprisingly tricky to estimate the appropriate temperature settings for being so lacking in fur. I love how Living Way quotes Heidelin and then it's just like, why are you looking at me?
Also, I was gonna say, I'm surprised Cooking Way didn't mention carrot muffins. And there we are.
And now, did. Yes, Tanya, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? You should see the forests to the first. One was purple. Gasp, gasp, I say. With a star so wonderful, it comes to no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise. To assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard, yet achieving so little. Oh, little poets. Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Tancred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though, quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not, though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Mimi, but be used to people? I'm honored that you would think of me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the western plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you could start with them. Tis a good place as any. Come. Helping paw.
Yeah.
Fine. Oh, cutscene. Green hair. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy problems. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that it's the sum of decades of Charlayan ingenuity, that it's built with peerless elegant technology is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Aether Burner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but well... Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's designs that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we left the star? Ah, gravitation. Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than as separate places. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Nerds! Yet if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insight, born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Laportes to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of fine people of Aetheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. Oh, glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Tanya, thou hast a gift in finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable Laporte. Leave it to me. Oh, I do so look forward to that, a place for every Laporte, and every Laporte in their place.
I think we're on the quest that the person in Shout Chat was talking about.
Uh-oh.
That they're about to quote, "Mick fucking lose it."
Are you running around looking for people?
Yes, I'm checking this side of the wall to see if they're being evil.
Fair. Oh, someone right here.
Yeah, there's one at the entrance, but thankfully they don't seem to be out here.
Concerns? Nay, there's no point in worrying at this stage. It'll only make work go that much slower. Well, I'm sure they're doing a good job trying to hide people. Oh geez, and that didn't even count. We actually have to find 8 people who need help. 56 bunches of weeds on the ground, 56 bunches of weeds, rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the... I'm not neglecting my duties, but I was needing a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went on a walk, and I noticed these weeds, and...
I'm gonna place marks at the ones that I find.
Pleasant conversation partners, and oh so fuzzy. Goodness me. That does sound like a much better way to relax. Not all of them count, but there's one up where I am.
Just put a marker on them.
I can't, they ran away.
No, not that kind of marker.
Oh,
like the A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's literally 8 of them.
You only used one?
Yeah.
There's A. I'll use the letters, I guess, until we both have used too many. Well, I think I found another one. Hyperventilating engineer. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see you there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern, even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the whole design buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind, but that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly... Calm down, friend. Calm down. Our visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? Why, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Can we go inside? No, we can't go inside buildings, that's good. Aha, the end of the world is nigh. Yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are temperamental things, feasible one moment, utter bullocks the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. This one is wrong, but the message at the end is this one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now.
I see on stream that they're doing the Yule dance.
Uh-huh. Yes, you idiot. Have you seen an envelope lying about? This imbecile refuses to give me an alchemical I ordered without that bloody slip of parchment. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damned envelope, I doubt they'll be more than help than you, and you've wasted enough of my time already. Oh, you're checking that one. Is that one a right one? Oops. Is that one a right one?
Yep.
Okay. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! Perhaps I'm a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring a proper fauna, and only proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make a decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there.
Ah, yes. I found the one that needs sleep. Consult our collaborators. I suppose that would be more effective than sitting brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consider into fewer trips. Should be the Aether Burner make our original estimates unfeasible, but there are simply too many variables, and I feel as if the brow will turn inside out. But perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. Oh right, that one was the right one, so I gotta go do 4. I'm gonna assume there has to be some up the stairs. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, Probably.
of course.
I can check
I
up
designed
there
them
sometimes.
with the assistance of our sages and chirurgeons, but to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in that great expanse is beyond any of us. To say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. Go talk to the bunnies. The crew from the moon? Why did I not think of that? I guess I'll... Oh. Wonder if you checked this person, they sneaky ninja. Just leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize. I do not know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know a starship pilot that might speak with? Truly? Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare this monumental task. I found the last one.
Yay.
Let's see. And then I'm assuming D is one you set, so I'm gonna have to go find it.
Yep, it's up.
Okay. Have you heard anything about what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering around the sea of stars on gods know what made the god by gods know who. You mean to say that I can speak with them directly? Amazing! I hope they like questions. I love how some of the more frantic sounding people are just casually walking to the bunnies, and then the people that are, like, really relaxed sprint. Ooh, really? That's the name of one of the A ranks? Ooh. Who named that? Blasted assistants, where have they gone?
Actually, it's really close to us. I want to go look at it.
Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that aether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do it single-handedly, I swear, when I find those assistants of mine. Would you like some bunnies? The Laportes are willing to help? Why didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. Jeez, the last one I did was a bit of a jerk. Where is it?
They linked it. Yo, what the hell?
What is it?
It's a big buffalo, I guess. I don't have a screenshot.
I can... Is it still there?
Yeah.
I'll just run over. Yay,
But the
sidetrack.
time we take to go over there. What happened to speedrunning?
Yeah, it's a big buffalo. Oh, it's a B rank. Hey, I have the riding map. I'll catch up.
I have the pay to win.
Oh, that's cheating. You're moving the same speed as me. Me and Zephyr actually tested that earlier. We were curious which one was faster. We found out they're about the same speed. What's its size? Doesn't make sense. Behold, Tanya, through thine efforts word hath spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than we anticipated, Living Way doth gather more Laportes as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I shall really...
It's over
Oh.
here.
Thank you. And cutscene time. Why do I look like I'm leaning? There we go. That's a little better. Oh. Living Way. Phew, finally some rest. Why, I haven't spoken so much in, well, in forever. Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz, everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon. Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way, as our moon's pilot, his advice would be most pertinent. I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course. None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Lamentorum, we spent no small amount of time with Oriange. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Aetheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look, every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting, but then I realized that were it not for Ryanje and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing. What would they think if they could see Ryanje now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louis Swa, Minfilia, Papilimo, and let's not forget Owen Brita. Oh there, heard there was a visiting expert who might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one? It's the small ones. Yes, I am. It's Moen Brita's parents. Wolfson and Bloida, Erland's foremost researchers in the fields of teleportation magic, and Moen Brita's parents. Oh, I'm gonna tear up. Don't do this to me. It hath been some time. It is good to see you in good health. Likewise, old friend. Loida and I are most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear? I'll say, the nerve, sending that letter, then running off to God's nowhere. Do you have any idea how worried we were? I'm sorry. It was remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that, 'twas I who... God damn it! Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louis Swa left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want. If there's one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her. I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say, knew not how to express my feelings. Poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment. Silly boy, we are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. Ah, but in our hearts we know. We always know. Fucking hell. This is not what I was expecting. I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Armoen didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Ryonshe, she'd shout, and give them a walloping, no matter how many times we scolded her. So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Ryonshe and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions. And look at you now, center of the crowd, the reason there is even a crowd, having brought these people together. Imagine having this many people watch you as you're talking to your deceased partner's parents. You've no idea how proud we are. To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone else grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you, wheresoever you go. So thank you, Ryonshe, for being who you are. I think I can feel her too. They really are bringing it closed, like everything. The truth of her life, not sorrow, but hope and love. Oh my gosh. I didn't think I'd cry so much already. In less than an hour. We haven't gotten to frickin' craziness yet. This Moen Brita, she was important to him, wasn't she? You could ask the man himself. Oh no, no, but watching this exchange reminds me of how much I've yet to learn about your world and its people. You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. That's why it's too soon for this to end. Oh. Oh boy. Oh. I don't know if you were watching stream.
No.
I just cried my eyes out.
I basically only ever listen to like the tail end of things when I'm waiting for you.
I did make sure the latency's good today, but time to talk to everyone and be sad. Remind me to invite Ryonshe for a drink when we have a moment to breathe. We're long overdue for one. We can raise a glass to Moen Brita. I was so busy asking questions about Aetheris, I never thought to ask more about Ryonshe. I'd like to, but where would I begin? Goodness me, I've never felt like there was too little time before. There are so many people to talk to, so many things to learn. I assure you that my fellow reports are equally excited to have this opportunity. They were humming the whole way here.
We spent so long gazing at this star, wondering and hoping, but to be here now and to watch among people, to be a part of their lives and know that we made a difference, was so much more than I ever dreamed. Oh, you must be one of the Scions, correct? Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you was all too short, but I know she was proud to have you as comrades. Urianger is too, I'm sure, and feels certainly better knowing he has good friends to look after him. See that he comes home from time to time, will you? God. The classical Rogadan language isn't so different from Eorzean. Do you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? When I first told her the moon was shining silver and full, the whole world seemed to glow. I knew it had chosen her, that she would be a beacon of that self-same light. Of course, we'd later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for sun instead, with how bright and stubborn she was. But fiery as my Mournbrida was, she was always kind and gentle. Oh, Tanya, be assured I am fine. I am. Full glad to see them, too, after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company, as difficult as it was to accept their kindness. 'Twould have been far harder had I faced them alone. Why did they do this to us? It's funny, because we barely got to know Mournbrida. But we got to know Urianger and see how big of an effect she had on him for so long. He's been grieving her for years of content. I feel like new players that rush through the story wouldn't appreciate it. But like, this happened 7 years ago for me. This was so long ago. And we've just been reminded of it over and over again, and to finally get closure is... it hurts. It hurts good, but it hurts. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Laportes. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither, seeking counsel, and so shall I remain to aid them as I need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you would check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she's less likely to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing until later. Oh... I'm fine. Oh, and there's the flying quests, though we can leave those for now. Car. There's car. Totally appropriate place to take out your car. In the middle of a bunch of people.
And promptly run over 4 bunnies.
Don't worry, they're hardy bunnies. They're fine.
So see, this is the best part about you deafening during cutscenes. I can brood in privacy.
Oh man. That was like 6-7 years in the making. They finally gave closure to that. And I was saying on stream, it's like, it's not even like we ever really got to know Mournbrida. It's just they kept reminding us how much Urianger
Hey,
loved
this bitch
her.
died.
Hmm?
That's what they were doing over and over. Just, hey, she died, by the way.
Yeah, she died, by the way, and this guy, he loved her. And they've been saying that for years. Seeing Urianger break down hurt, holy crap. Anya, what are you doing out here? I mean to help you. No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks, are you sure? Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphino should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. Oh no, 3 minutes.
It's technically even more than 3 minutes. Because of the buff.
I'm not sure how it works. I think it rounds up. I'm pretty sure it'll go 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and then it'll just go to 59.
Yeah, but if it was 3 minutes exactly, it would have already been at 2 minutes, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure it rounds up. I honestly expected a lot more enemies along the way. This area is barren. They expect us to like do laps around it or something? Actually, you know what? There might be like aether currents out here or something. Maybe that's what they thought would slow us down.
I don't think you can interact with them. if
Oh,
you're
I know,
carrying
but some
something.
people might get distracted. Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. We put them here with the others. Oh, deep breaths. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. You have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Well, you see, I shoveled the bunnies somewhere else. Then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering why we're tasked bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. It turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be founded here. Founded. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. You carried all of that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know we finished. Theopolden is in the courtyard. We can report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance at least, considering where we are. We might even learn Oh, excuse me. We might even learn something interesting. Oh god, I better not start hiccuping. Some water. Oy. Okay. What? Mine's faster.
Yeah, but you get it out slower.
True. I was drinking water. I had to close my jug.
You should also close your mouth. What the... okay.
And then aetherite. Why do we have to get our feet wet for all these aetherites?
Because they're nymphomaniacs or whatever.
That is not what that word means. Don't say that way. God damn it, I talked to him and missed out on I'll say it off and off. Oh well. Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? We've brought samples from Shirley Hamlet, Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I had expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Forschnolt's children, are you not? Alphino and Alice at your service. We're well acquainted with father, I take it? Or you're acquainted? Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studio. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly, it's been quite some time since we've met. 'Tis good to see you again, wielding your father's nuliths, no less. You know our parents when they were young. What were they like? Pray, spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission.
We can help with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Wait, right there. You will find a forum representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind Alphino and Alice. I'm certain they will be back soon enough. Man, where's my mouse? There it is. Woof, woof. Southern building. So, like near this building? There they are. Are you not one of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aether Burner. Leopold's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents in my hand at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you Scions succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlayan has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth.
Did you read the description of it, by the way?
No, I didn't. I was about to, and then I accidentally clicked.
It said, while the contents of these papers aren't the most closely guarded secrets, the contents of it will forever something. Fuck, the wording is not correct, but the contents will remain unknown due to how dull it is to read.
Quick and efficient, I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only need to be delivered elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning at any moment. We return, with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. You both have my thanks, and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes, and... That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear, to reiterate. Of course, of course. I've known your father for so long. I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why Leveler name garners such respect in Charlayan is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Nyunkrup's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I've never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. 'Tis why Nyunkrup's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war, and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louis Sois looked not to Nyunkrup's words, but his deeds. He asserted in defiance of his peers that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy, and the fall of civilizations that led to him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to his doom. There will ever be conflict and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louis Sois lived by that personal creed, and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlayan or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortunal could not reconcile Louis Sois' deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortunal agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? God's no fortunate's a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was, with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. That's cute. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say, thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me in too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Hail, you three. Graha, surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has set me a task that requires more than a single pair of hands, and here you are. I could at least use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alice and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is. What about you, Tanya? Can you spare the time? Of course I can. I can always spare the time. Perfect. This shouldn't take long. Oh boy, Graha kidnapping us.
Also, oh boy, emergency maintenance.
Oh, did they announce the time for it? Oops. Did they announce the time for it?
2 hours from now?
Oh, damn, that's cutting into the time we were gonna keep going.
Yup.
Ah, that sucks. Well, we have a time limit. We'll see how far we can get in the next 2 hours. Well, preferably like hour and 50 minutes. I don't think we want to... Well, it is an hour and 50 minutes. But I'd like to not go right to the edge of that, but we'll see. Much as I'd like to press Theopaldin for more revealing tidbits, we should get back to our tasks. Tis strange to hear Father spoken of in such a way, but I suppose he would find your view of me no less odd. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Kokol wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Kokol's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of aether being funneled into his furnace. The flow of fire-aspected aether in Labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we part then. We'll see you in the Charlayan hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before. This way then. Okay.
Aether currents, by the way. One is to the southeast.
Southeast? Let's see. Can we go behind that tower? I don't think so.
Oh, maybe we can. There it is. Nope, that'd be too easy.
One was already there, just at a different tower. To our right.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Don't look at us, Appa. And I think that building in front of us is where we have to go. Tell which way that thing is looking. Reactors housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire ether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspect today will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself. Trust me. Can I ask that you put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you little trouble, I'm sure. Wait here, if you would. Ah. Oh, and you get to interact with it, so triggers right away. Oh, goddammit, I changed my findings, I forgot. Oh. You play Summoner for a day and you forget your main class. Oh. Destination. Cutscene.
Destiny.
Did everything go smoothly out here? I thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. And the water ether appears to be venting properly. I expect Coco will have seen a difference in his forge's flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there was another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you, and only you, have been to Alpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alag. Of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world, Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Allag's empire to encompass the heavens and stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon. Did he remember his life as Hermes? I believe he had his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. He only joined the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? We know with relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Alag that moved him on to resurrect Emperor Zonde. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Zonde's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Zonde been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be means to the same end.
to instill the people with new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning, and both of them sought that meaning, that hope, in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it is the consequences of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet, to reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokol is getting on? Hope someone doing things. Let's see. Oh, this is the last part of the map that I don't have. Well, that in the middle. But... oh, and, you. To the east. Is this one gonna be on the back of the tower? Looks like that's roughly where it's gonna be. Can we go in these? No. Nope, they did not do the boring thing of the same thing twice. They put it up on a ledge. Arguably the same thing they always do. Is this the last one?
I don't remember.
There's apparently 2 more that we're missing after this. $800 to the northwest, so we apparently missed one up near Aporia. Light is not my biggest concern right now. At least we're getting most of them. I did thoroughly brief Kokol on refined adamantite's history. I only volunteered to go to the reactor because I was finished and there was little else to do. Hopefully that dispels any misapprehensions that I was kicked out for paddling on. Phew, I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for you lot to do. Unless you can conjure up that refined adamantite any faster. Hey, I'm catching up. I do trust you deliver on your promise, I do. Only, I hate waiting. I want that adamantite, and I want it now. We, share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can do to assist in the meantime? I wish. The sitting about's unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated. Get you gone, I've mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I'll join you in the Chilean hamlet anon. This guy's scary.
He has mistakes to make.
Yeah, he has mistakes to make. He'll go blow crap up purely because he's bored. Oh yeah, that's why it's on the map. I was like, why do I have a flag on the map? It was the friggin' B rank earlier.
Ooh.
Should have just freaking teleported. You know, it's probably still faster to just teleport at this point. Here you go. Speedrun strats! Not that we really need the vehicle, but...
Hey. Could be here? Wait.
It's in the crowd of people.
Oh, it's a destination, that's why. Well, time to await our companions.
Mm-hmm.
Sure to be another cutscene.
I don't know.
All set, I take it. We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals, trivial tasks as they may be. That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself. The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is. Had a feeling we might find you all here. Our consultations with the Laportes, too, have run their course. Pleased am I to say that the researchers' concerns have for the most part been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered. All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite. Alfno, are you there? It's me, Crow. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come up to the harbor at once. Speak the devil. Let's go at once. Oh, it's just gonna keep playing. Forgive the intrusion, Master Rochinol. I bring you urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested with all speed. Oh boy. Now where might this delivery be? Oh. They got shiploads of the stuff. Holy crap. Oh, and an airship too. That's nice. I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without proper permits. By the 12, surely these can't all be. Kate, it's you too. Bleeding Hellfire, they're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates. And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of those sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie. Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Ul'dah here along with your own. Give credit where credit is due. Sounds like the sorry whining was a sore loser, and a hit to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamud shard. I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates. Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due. You did a right fine job sitting on your arse. My, what a grand welcome party. Hancock and Soroban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and elegant, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with the best wishes from the Eastern Alliance. Fancy sword. I myself have come with a sacred relic of Raisin Temple. It was passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements. Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, with our dango, never fear, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented the lending of Tenzin's legendary phoenix blade for this noble cause. That's what the katana is? Suzaku and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again, but alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease and ordered me to see the blade into your hands personally or die trying. We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it here in time. It's just everyone in this expansion. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. It is an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me. That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think the ransom we must pay for such a bounty. Fret not for your coin purse, young Elfino. Lord Lorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldernar Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gil need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours. We funded the venture? When? Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a few things. Business. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there won't do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also had the benefit of a generous patron, generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions, ere we even had coffers to fill. Their mom? Yeah. Mother? Millions. I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And 'twould be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. They're so cute! They're so cute! Oh, it's so good! It's so good! Oh, why is the maintenance out to be tonight? How did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies. Did I not tell you I have my ways? Erenville, you were involved too. I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlaine. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters, though rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide. Oh. What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon? Sid, you brought the team. Of course, Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us to my new favorite ship. Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Wurlit before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius. He's still in the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so he offered none of the latter. What he sent is an elegant relic Valen's used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it, too. As you like as not suspect, we've also brought adamantite from Ordono's Dalamud shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kral's message. So few scions remaining at the Rising Stones now, far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements, Idleshire's treasure hunters not least among them. And how the Gobby flock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allegan defenses was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the Gobby booms. Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Radzatan not have more pressing concerns? We do, yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavner, those you saved in Garlemald remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. It is appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. Is he gonna offer his eye? You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Sormer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the aether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Azdaja... The hot answer was silence as ever. Tiamat and Hraesvelgr, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say very well. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose and seek a worthier fate for us all. Ooh. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales, so I invited myself along. Scientist finally gonna talk? Bugger me, this is so unbelievable I've gone right back around to believe in it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies we could get 7, no, 10, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go, what we could do with that much power, what we could blow up. Please don't blow it up. If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true, in which case the scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree? Time to go see, Eidolon. Yes, father? I know not what you seek of Eidolon, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain, to do so will be to Dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it, the lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand, and are you prepared? We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world, and so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden. Then I will bear it with you. I beg you, share your struggles with me as family. First and all, you finally acting like a dad. They did their job. They proved it to him. You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression, overwhelming, and a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there I would not let them steal your futures. The great exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own fault, father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlane's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail. I would suffer it and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger, so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so. Good, because there are things we care about and people we love, and none of them is replaceable, not a one. It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far. We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger is past. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful, always. Oh no, are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to. Millions. Oh my gosh. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assume that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with many fine people gathered today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them. Of course. If we've finished loitering about the harbor, I suggest we put our plans into motion. People are beginning to look confused. Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all. Oh boy, what do I get to say? Oh no. Please give me a good choice. Our moment of triumph is close at hand. Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please. It's so good. Are we really gonna be on the harbor? Are we gonna have to frickin' actually help lug this stuff? Ah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Are you in a different instance, or are you still in the cutscene?
Still cutscene.
Ah, okay.
JP voice actor's much faster.
JP voice actors faster, and some of that I actually read faster. I think crying it out in that earlier cutscene helped me push harder on reading. Lets me get a head start on reading all this stuff.
Yeah.
My throat hurts from directing so many people to Labyrinthos, but that only proves we got our money's worth. I apologize for not informing you earlier of Aaronville's involvement. He was something of a contingency plan. Thank goodness we had him and his fellow gleaners to hand, though. It would have been monstrously difficult to locate Sid and transport the Hunnish delegation here otherwise. I cannot wait to see what our friends from the Ironworks do with the ship. I had no idea how massive a weight it was until he lifted it off my shoulders, but more importantly, his words were an affirmation that the path we walk is the right one. A part of me might have been satisfied so long as my family and friends survived the final days, but to save this star is what we all want most, and if those same people believe that I can help see it done, who am I to say otherwise? Come what may, I will fight for this world of ours until the very end. If I never see another crate again, it will be too soon. Unaided, we Scions could never have gathered such a bounty. Refined adamantite, relics sacred and ancient alike. I find myself quite overcome. Lise sent a letter along with Gridania's contribution. It seems she traveled there to aid in their adamantite recovery. Evidently, journeying to Gridania was quite the trial, as was getting into the Dalamud Shard, as was reaching its depths. I suspect she will have a few kind words to say about the Alligans when we next meet. The time has come to claim our prize. Are you prepared? Oh, it's so good. It's really funny because I think I needed that cry at the beginning just to get it out. I have a funny feeling there'll be more to come, but I don't know if that'll be tonight with the frickin' maintenance. Because it's one...
I was wondering where Sid was during all of this starship business.
Yeah, I guess we just didn't know where he was, so we didn't include him. Poor guy. What was the time they announced it? Yeah, so 1. Jeez, that was a long cutscene.
Yeah. Also, daddy issues be gone.
Yeah. I mean, their mom said it, right? They have to do something. They have to make action to prove to him, and they did it. They did something he thought was impossible. But, continuing. Have you talked to everyone, or are you going to talk to everyone?
I talked to everyone in the immediate area. I don't know if there were others.
Okay, no, that's all I was talking about is these people. Continue.
Okay. Well, I'm back ahead of you then.
God damn it. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is engineers' capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means which Heidelin may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Forum's method of speaking with her is not without risks. I am curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the adamantite have offered to stay and see to that any remaining tasks need doing. The Forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Aporia then. Okay, teleport time. No, not Elsevar. The fuck? Well, I guess you have it already. I forgot what category it was in. Oh, it's right there. Or he's right there.
I don't look for the categories, I just click on it on the quest thing.
I should have done that. I usually do that, but... Tanya, I have already shown the others inside. You'll want to speak with Claret Lane. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me. Ah, is this how we get to the bottom floor? That big circle in the middle?
Yes. Where Heidelin lives. Apparently.
Oh my gosh, this just reminds me of the joke. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Kolf that was lit or something, but we were talking about the meat. No, it was in game. It wasn't a friend. But one of the characters is like, oh, the ever more medial circuit. We're there.
Yeah.
The ever more medial circuit.
It was still a friend.
Mm-hmm. Just not real life friend. From here we
We're on the
proceed to the
internet as
heart
a
of
scene in real life.
Labyrinthos, and most closely guarded secret, the Mason. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Huh. I'm going to assume that is the name of the dungeon. Yay, mapping achievement.
God damn it, there's just... Where the boss fate is in the top right, I haven't explored that yet. So there's just a long vertical thing of...
Yeah,
no
there was a
map.
part we didn't do together. I grabbed that when I was leveling earlier. Oh, does it just... Oh,
Yeah, we just in there.
okay. I see why. Okay, cutscene. Epic music. The ship looks a lot cooler here than it does on the on the logo. I bid you welcome to Thomazine. Thomazine. Direct your attention towards its center to behold the arc over which we have long labored. Thomazine. As you can see, 'twas designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. The Aether Burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. And I have received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted.
If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Heidelin ere they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. I expected more cutscene from that.
Same with how many people there were.
You feel it too, don't you? The ship is impressive, but it pales in comparison to the vast primordial power beneath our feet. 'Twould seem enchantments most advanced, woven into the ship's very bones. Wolfson and Bloida were doubtless called upon for their expertise in teleportation magics. It was the Alligans who first combined the mechanical and ethereal sciences into revolutionary discipline. Given that this ship is nothing short of technological marvel in the precise vein, Alligan salvage should suit it well. I doubt this is what Arenville meant when he said that there remains much we do not know, but I still can't believe everything that was hidden underneath the city this entire time. If meeting Heidelin proves difficult even for the Forum, then perhaps Oh, 'tis an uninformed idea at this phase, I'm afraid. I will duly inform you if anything comes of it. You must learn of Heidelin's greater plan. We can only hope that she also knows the current location of Mateon. And we can do neither if we do not focus on whatever trial awaits us within. I can well imagine the zeal with which they're working on the Aetherburner, and all I can say is that I'm glad we have something to do other than get in their way. Once it's ready, we'll see to it that the ship is put to good use. Think how many generations labored for this end, and that we aim higher still. We must spare no preparation, and that means speaking with Heidelin no matter the cost. I have done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Children, one and all. We make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. Oh, I'm excited. I can also barely see. I can't tell what I'm running into. I also can't tell if we're supposed to be up or down.
Just...
Oh.
I can't see if you're on.
I am.
To help a blind fox.
Oh, there's the elevator. It's dark in here. Curious, how much...
You turned off the lights.
Damn. I mean, it's still dark in the normal coloring, too. I just have more contrast.
I can see perfectly fine.
As a means of communing with the heart of the star, 'tis disappointingly mechanical in design. Oh, don't worry, Oriange. I feel like we're about to see something much crazier. I doubt there's anything worth worrying over, not for Heidelin's champion at any rate. Am I the only one feeling terribly nervous? Surely not. They must employ a full cohort of engineers just to maintain the lifts. The Aether here is more brilliant than I have ever seen.
Oh.
This doesn't strike me as particularly dangerous unless one is afraid of lifts. Elevators are scary. With the ship in the way, I didn't even notice this was here. Me either. I should hope that Master Fortunal has more to share ere sending anyone stumbling into the ethereal sea. Okay, let's see what this is. What are we doing? As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, what we refer to as the ethereal sea. At the heart of the star, the physical and ethereal are one and the same. Thus, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. We utilize this principle in constructing the anti-tower, and once more here in Thomazine. No sooner did the Forum decide to withdraw from Eorzea than we began work on this facility. Our work culminated in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Heidelin's ever fainter echoes. The Itioscope. And you communicate with her through this device. For a time, yes, but since the 7th Umbral Calamity, it has been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we ever dared, beyond the Itioscope. Even so, I make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety, not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but if we are to deliver this world, we have no choice but to try. I know. I only wish we could do more than observe your progress from afar. The Itioscope's ocular lens, by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard, lies above us. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of aether so dense and turbulent that they can unravel one's soul. If we determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will recall you with teleportation magics. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased probability that we will extract you too early, or too late. That's Stola. What? Oh, Cryle? Really? I have thought upon this much, and in truth, I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. In the events at the Tower of Babel drained me, yes, but even before that, your capabilities far outstrip my own. This is no time to have a weak link in our vanguard, no matter how much she may wish it were otherwise. If I assist in the manner that Master Fortunal has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust in me to do so? Of course. I can think of none I'd trust more. Compared to all that effort you put into keeping us alive while our souls were in the first, preventing us from dissolving into the aether on a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. And even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health somehow. You flatter me, but rest assured that I will be keeping a close eye on all of you. There's one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the ethereal sea as the underworld, our final resting place. In its embrace is memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet what of these memories? You think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on ethereal tides. Some theorize that they linger for some time, those associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you for hatred or for love. Thus do I caution you to be wary, but also to have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you, that they may lift you up once more. And is this where it pops up saying dungeon unlocked? The Itioscope is now available. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I was going back and forth on if this was the next zone or if it was the dungeon until they said, like, about teleporting you out, and I'm just like, okay, well, dungeon.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask FC. I don't want to meme this dungeon. I've heard so many good things about this one.
Also, you should talk to at least Stola.
Okay. I now understand why these facilities are so heavily guarded. If it fell into the wrong hands, the wisdom of Heidelin could be dangerous, 'tis true. Once that secret got acknowledged, it could dissuade people from wanting to see their loved ones, no matter how ephemeral the meeting. Oh. Mine says no. I've been told this dungeon is good. I don't want to meme it. Are there any other healers online that are not busy? Hero is crafting. Seriously, Mimi. War is basically a healer though, but... Hey Val, made sure to tell you. But, looks like we might have to just go.
Also, the pronunciation of things in this expansion has been very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
In English. What do you mean, mm-hmm?
I mean, I could tell just by the words that they should be somewhat interesting.
No, like even just other words. Like we've definitely flipped from scheduled to scheduled.
Well, it depends where in the world they're from.
Yeah, but most of them are the same VAs. And everyone has consistently in Endwalker pronounced it as scheduled. Despite what they may have said before. Also, instead of the Magna Glacies, we have the Magna Glackies.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds a little weird. But,
also, the VA for Sorabon did not know how to say Japanese words.
Okay,
Dango.
But, I guess Kiwasa? Or, I guess I can do a ready check. Looks like Hero's probably busy.
I couldn't remember how they said Kugane, but it was wrong too.
I'm pretty sure I've heard memes about Kugane.
I wasn't 100% sure if it was that, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Less than 5 minutes, good.
We'll probably have to stop very soon after, because I'm sure this is to be followed by a very large cutscene.
I am hoping we at least get... Actually, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to see the new zone. That might be, that might make us want to just keep going. Oh, and there's a Zephyr.
Let's end up here with...
Hey. Just got Thancred staring at us in the corner. Come on, healer.
I see you have been stubborn as well.
What?
With your gear.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've said it before. They seem to have toned down the gearing, so what's the point? Like, I lose the materia, and a lot of the gear that they give us, I'd have to overmeld, and nah. That thumbnail looks crazy.
You just have an obsession with thumbnails.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what in the world are we getting into?
The Ethereal Sea. Weren't you paying attention? You have small sage.
Jeez. I'm not sure if it's supposed. How did they pronounce it? Actually, that we haven't had a voice.
They didn't.
cutscene.
It wasn't
Yeah.
VA.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Itioscope or Isioscope.
I read it as Altioscope for a bit because I misread it.
バックアップは任せてちょうだい。悪意の残留思念が復元化したというの？
Where the fuck are we supposed to... Oh, okay, that's blocked off. Can I keep going? Don't you worry, friend.
I think you
Assume-
missed one.
What? Oh, not that one.
It's just been on me the
Oh.
entire time.
There is nothing else.
Oh, alright. Wow, I thought the mana gain doing this was slow before. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was just... Okay.
Sinking cynicism. Hey, I was deserving of a single target shield from last time. Hey, I pulled one, it's not going to use. I mean, it is going to use. It's not going to waste, is what I meant. Oh.
This actually wasn't as bad a pull as I thought it would be.
Oh my god, everything is dying.
Mm-hmm. I expected them to live longer. I wouldn't have popped so much. I knew they'd die like that.
My manavigation. Whatever
It's
this
the
next
light
thing
one.
is, it's getting scorched.
What's the good memory? Oh. Oh.
Bye! I'm okay with this. Does this count as our first boss?
Get it.
The music hasn't changed, but he has the HP of
Oh,
one.
crap. I screwed up. Oh,
Oh,
god, we have
alright.
to just kill these.
Yeah. Principled Scion takes form. I see.
I was wondering why these were so damn tanky. Can you talk to it? No.
Bye, Papalimo.
Okay, so that one was probably just get it to a certain percentage or something.
Probably.
Oh boy. Ah!
Livia. My, how you've grown.
Yep. I'm going too soon to go over here.
Oh,
I assumed correctly.
it's quarters.
Oh crap, Ah!
Climb. Was it climb the last time?
I don't remember. All I know is that those ones were glowing, so I stayed away from it. I screwed up my rotation.
Assuming those are gonna... Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Can he come out of that? Yeah. So. frustration. Oh no. Oh, I got hit by Pepsi. Yay. Honestly, Sage is the best healer because they heal you with Pepsi. Ow. How do I get hit by 2?
Because there's one in every direction.
Yeah, but I was only in the line of 1.
There's one on each side of the arena in the same line. It went through all the way from one side of the arena to the other.
There's no way to fix up the chest.
真相にたどり着けるはず
Oh,
Oh, I see.
なんて濃いエーテルなのこれ以上は
whoa,
数字が
okay.
Bye.
Oh, and here's the trailer.
Crystallized Aether. So much for teleporting us out, huh?
Okay, let's...
No, I'm not
I wonder if we're gonna
out of
get...
range of Core. That's an axe.
That's... Okay, I'm kinda happy with that. We already cried out about that character. A Knight's Memory? What is this?
What do you
Oh.
mean, what is it?
No, I mean, like, what is it doing? Fuck.
Only for 30 seconds. It's gonna run out by the time we finish pulling everything.
Oh my god. Ooh, a bracelet of Fending. And these are actually a decent jump up. So I'll actually start reading stuff. Or needing, I mean. Oh.
Oh no.
We found Ratatan Savage.
I always pronounced it as Riditon.
I do Ta because of the H.
I don't know if anyone has ever said their name, so VA.
Oh.
I guess we just go to, yeah.
Oh, there was a melee one. God damn it.
That better not cleave me from here.
This way around. Turn him around too much. Oh, he
Oh.
wants to turn around that much. Oh. I was like, well, that's easy to dodge. Explodes everywhere. Oh no. The healer just not move, or did they get hit by the explosions?
Oh.
Let's just increase so you guys can Oh, damn it. I messed up my rotation again because of my hand buzz.
Ah. I see.
This is the only save one. It's so funny seeing this though, because the shrapnel shell is actually one of his original mechanics that nobody sees anymore.
I don't think it worked exactly like that. I
Not
think it was just a
exactly.
rain of AoEs.
But it was him summoning a bunch of stuff and dropping it on it. Another freaking fending piece, okay. And, oh,
Follow the ether.
I want this as a flying mount.
What, just us?
Yes, just flying. Like the animation's there. If the animation's there, give it to us.
Is it even a mount at that point?
Sure. Oh, is something happening? Guess
Other
not.
way.
Well, it looked like stuff might spawn.
Well, congrats, I get to pull with a Verholing. Pew. And a Scorch. Pew.
There's light
I'm kind of surprised I didn't pull anything.
and more fending. Okay,
The
seriously.
game knows.
Seriously, why are these so far apart? Ah.
Hey.
They did say she was returned.
Bye.
Oh, I got caught on. A single moment. Stinking regret. Oh my god. You're not sinner. Like, the mechanics are nothing crazy, but I stun you. Yes.
Damn, that's rude.
But another one? Well, I guess one of you guys gets to have one. Bold, so headstrong, stubborn to the last. This arena looks familiar. Who is it? It couldn't be that. But this is as far as you go. Oblivion beckons.
Ah. The hat.
Oh.
No one could forget that hat.
It's the best hat.
Oh. What do you mean strophe? Why is there not a cat?
What is this doing?
He's just hanging out, you know.
Whoa! Okay, I should have guessed that. Right.
Right,
I'm assuming
okay,
he's
well.
right.
I'm not a fan of that particularly.
Yeah?
Oh, hey. That's not what I would expect.
We have to hide behind those. Karen.
Thanks, Yazael. I didn't see which one was first.
It's
it
the
fills
ring.
in. I see.
This was. It is pretty good.
Well, two of them this time. Well, we.
I know what you're up to now. I can. He really likes his right hand.
It is the right choice after all. Oh,
Lies, all lies. Your dreams, your hopes, your futures, delusions, and lies.
oh, bye.
And then everyone just joins us. Like, oh hey guys, we already did it.
And they left.
Oh. Read.
I rolled a
No.
92.
Now we see what we get when it's Sephiroth.
Oh my god, it was a need. Fuck.
Oh. But, okay. Let's see how this goes. Probably a cutscene right away. Zephyr's like, ah, I got it. But yeah, enjoy. Ah. Ah. we break out the outer negative shell and there's a good Amon on the inside? Congrats on the comment. My very existence begins to wane. Sweet, sweet agony. Leave this to her. Now, is this just Amon, or is this Fandaniel Amon? Come to deal the coup de grace. Good. Watching you struggle against the inevitable is bad comedy. Erase me from existence, soul and all. Recall your days as Hermes. How would you know that name? I met you. Then it was you and Elpis with Emlet Selk. Ha! The final pieces fall into place. In my Halcyon days, as the mortal Amon, I was haunted by a dream. Night after night, the faceless multitude, the voiceless cries, shards of shattered memories. But slowly the fog began to clear. This was Elpis, and I was Hermes. Recurring though it was, I paid this dream little heed. It was only when I was granted the seat and memories of Fandaniel that I knew these visions to be true. They were the memories of Hermes that he himself erased using the power of Kairos. Or so he thought. In his attempt to burn away the events of that fateful day, he succeeded only in burning them more deeply into his soul, my soul. Death failed to expunge them, no matter how many times it came, rebirth after rebirth, from one Fandaniel to the next. I wonder, is Emmet Selk adrift somewhere in this ethereal sea, in defeat finally remembering your time together in Elpis? How it must gall him, be entrusted with knowledge of the final days, only to be rendered powerless to act upon it. So many lifetimes dedicated to restoring his beloved Amarat in blissful ignorance. Oh folly. But make no mistake, my life as Hermes is not the reason I invited the world's end. I have lived, I have struggled, I have dredged the very depths of despair, and in the detritus of existence I found the truth. I served a great ruler, powerful beyond measure, the world his dominion, yet even he and his vast empire were destined to fall, to become one with oblivion. At the end of life's journey lies only death. So I ask you, why live at all? We betray, we torment, we murder. We are wicked, spiteful creatures, without exception. If life is so sacred, so precious, why fill it with such misery? Man wallows in a hell of his own making, without purpose or meaning. To live is to suffer, and I would end that suffering by mine own hand. Talked like Ryanje for a second there. It matters not if it flies in the face of all believed right and just. Death is the only solution. Oh, you make the best of what you have. That is my truth, my answer to the question, and yet... Even as the words pass my lips, I am filled with doubt. Has my search reached its end?
どういう結果なら
Was this
よかった
the only way? Oh, Dan.
自分が
After all these
待って
years.
いたのは
And now we're finally gonna get the one voice line from him we haven't seen yet.
望んでいたのは
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
どんな答えだ
The lamentations of the damned. How it vexes me to see your conviction falter at the last. And Daniel, still clinging to existence, I see. You, who championed death so fervently, unwilling to accept your own, refusing to be purified and swept into the sea of souls, as do I. We prisoners to memory, watching as the world turns. Though unlike me, you will be spared the ignominy of having your corpse made a puppet, dancing to another's tune. Is that Asahi? How very astute, but let me be clear, I have not come to consort with the likes of you. Nor have I come to bemoan the state of the world following my untimely demise. In fact, I delight in mankind's downfall, and the anguish it brings the savior of savages. If I played some small part in the chaos, all the better. Not that I was in any position to resist. But to be made accomplice to the betrayal of Lord Xenos, I would die 1,000 deaths to exact my vengeance. Now you are at my mercy. I shall drag us both into oblivion, and you will never see the fulfillment of your magnum opus. Even should you be reborn, your desperate search for answers must start again. Time we will find the answer together. Even here, even now, you have every right to hate me for the fool I was, for the monster I became. But I will not beg forgiveness. The tale of Hermes, the man who knew so much, yet understood so little, ends here. Don't try to follow me. I had more of you people than I could stomach in life, never mind in death. Likewise, I pray we do not meet again. Alfie. You had better hope not. Heidelin is waiting. What is this? Mother Crystal itself. Brave travelers, I welcome you. Oh, that's her true form, Miss Heidelin. That concerns me. We meet again, Fana. I see thou didst journey unto Elpis, and now the rivers of time converge.
ここでつながった。わかりました。
I know why you have come, yet I would hear you speak your reasons all the same.
ここへ来た目的を。
ハイデリー。
You created the moon to deliver mankind from the final days.
でも
But is that really how has to end? We do not wish to abandon this world. We want to protect the source and all of its shards.
そうですね。
To flee is but one
逃
of
げる
two
には
paths.
人が取り得る二つの選択。もう一つの
The
道。
other leadeth to Matan, far beyond the stars, where she doth chant creation's
終焉を
requiem.
歌う者たちと直接決着をつける方法です。
Oh, she's gorgeous.
しかし、そこは彼
Her
女たちが
domain
支配
is
する
formed of dynamis, pure, absolute,
思いだけが
where
力となる
emotion and
その場
memory
所で
govern all.
どれほ
Aether
どの
will
影響
avail
を
you
有し
not.
今日かの空間に集められた
Matan hath gathered the pain and despair of countless stars,
悲しい
and to go unprepared is to go unto your doom.
そんなの平気よ。
We'll
私
beat
は
her,
屈したり
we'll
しない
win,
わ
I swear it.
なんて
It's what I might have said
昔なら言
once.
えたかもさ。旅の中には
After everything I've seen, all the times I've succumbed to my own anger and fear,
あの思い
I
を
can no
なか
longer
ったことに
pretend
でき
that
ない
courage and faith will be
絶対
enough.
に大丈夫だなんて言いそんな私たち
But are we truly so powerless that our only choice is to flee?
いいえ
Far from
あ
it,
な
my
たたちは
child.
だからこそ可能性を持つのですかつて
Long ago, the inhabitants of myriad stars, many more prosperous than Aetherius, sought to free their worlds from life's woes.
悲しみや怒り
Sorrow and anger, conflict and hostility, despair, and even death itself. But as Matan reported, every attempt ended in failure.
だとすれば
Darkness abideth within every living being,
決
and
して
can
なく
never
なら
be
ないものな
cast
ので
out.
しょうどれほど理想を
Neither
突き
reason
詰め
nor
ていても
faith can challenge this
全てを
immutable
消し去るこ
truth.
とはできないのですだから生命
To
は
live is
必
to
ず
suffer,
絶望するけれ
and in suffering find
ど
strength
しない
and
誰かがいた
purpose
のなら
and hope.
つないでいけますあなたたちだって
As you have done so many
そうしてここ
times
に至った
before.
のではありませんか完璧な正しさは
Thou
存在
dost
しなかった
pursue an impossible dream, yet knowing this, you pursue it nevertheless, and thou hast learned to depend on others,
手を
as
差
they
し
do
伸べられ
thee.
た己の力は
Thy yearning for the power to save the powerless hath ever
無
driven
力
thee
に
to
苛ま
greater
れた
heights.
時も
Thou hast grown strong,
大切なものも
though those closest to thee no longer walketh by thy side,
けれ
their
ども
love
愛は継がれ
remaineth, thy
新たな
guiding
希望
light.
に巡り合えた言葉は本質
For
から
duty's
遠
sake
く
thou hast been
あなたを
bound
悩
by
ませ
truths unutterable,
その
time and
心を
time
理解
again,
してくれる
yet
者
thy
たちがい
heart
た
hath never wavered, as thy companions will attest.
真実は容
In thy
易に
pursuit of mysteries great, all thou believest is brought into question. Undaunted, thy thirst for knowledge remaineth unquenched.
憎しみは自
The
他を
fires of
燃やし尽く
hatred that once burned in thy heart
真
burneth
っ
no
白な
more.
灰の中に
From their ashes doth spring the light of love, warm and pure.
As witness of too black calamity, thou despaired at man's helplessness, resolved that thou didst unite a distant world on the brink of collapse. And thou, my champion, when all did seem lost, thou never abandoned hope. For every trial and every foe that did bar thy way, thou hast proven equal to the challenge, drawing courage from the many bonds forged on thy journey. You have all known despair, and though the end approacheth, you walk on, heads held high. Therein lieth your power, the strength to silence the song of oblivion. And there is a means to confront her. Yes, if you should prove yourselves worthy. She's gonna test us. Hark. Her sword. Nigh impossible is it to send mortals to the edge of the universe. Should you fail, there will be no second chance. As the will of the star, I ask you this. Oh my gosh, Zephyr. Do you possess the fortitude to stand firm when all around you doth crumble? Do you possess the faith to vanquish despair itself? Should you lack the strength to best a supreme deity, I cannot allow you to make the journey. You must leave this star and never return. Prepare yourselves. Prove ourselves worthy, eh? Sounds straightforward enough. Aye, no room for confusion there. In any case, we've come too far to back down now. Why do we have to stop here? This is so freaking epic. Oh. I am of the same mind. What power I have, I shall bring to bear. Oh. The three of you seem to be forgetting who we're up against. It's not every day we battle a divine being of untold power. Well, not quite every day. Do try not to get underfoot. Needless to say, there will be no margin for error. Let us hold nothing back for the people of this world and those beyond the rift. This is gonna be an epic remix of answers. Holy shit, I can't wait. Alas, the question I posed to thee in Elpis. Ah, fuck! I would hear thy response, warrior voice, should thou emerge victorious. Remaineth unanswered these long years. Oh, no fucking way, no. Even if it's the end, no way. Fuck that. The Mother Crystal, now accessible. During this quest, and when using the Trust System scenario mode, you have the opportunity to undertake this trial with a party of scions. Some of these allies' roles will differ from those you normally able to select. Additionally, you may now enter the Isoscope with yes, I get that part. Bree's still watching the cutscene. I'm gonna wait, but... I'm not gonna lie. I might have to find a way to set up my good headphones for next stream, because this is what we're doing at the beginning of next stream. Ah, I'm so upset that we can't do this. We only have 15 minutes. There's no way.
this is so sad. As soon as I saw her model, as soon as I saw that this was her Heidelin form, I was like, oh fuck, we're fighting her. This is an arena. And look how big of an arena it is, too. I don't know if you can go outside the main platform, but holy crap. Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
I waited for you to finish the cutscene. I am so upset we can't do this today.
Yeah.
Everyone is suggesting that we do it as a trust, though, so maybe that'll be how we start the stream. Except for saying to make it a race. But
I'm a TPS.
yeah, I've got a group of scions with me. But holy crap. It's so good.
I was wondering if this was the actual trial or if it was going to be an instance, and it turns out trust trial.
Trust trial. Kind of both. Yeah, I don't want to fight her, but I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm sure, like, it's not like we're killing her, we're testing our strength against her.
As we did in Elpis.
Yeah, as we did in Elpis. When we did our best, but she basically kicked our ass. And something tells me that instance's mechanics are probably gonna make a recurrence. She is going to have multiple forms. I cannot wait for the extreme. But yeah, I don't know how we want to do this because I don't know if you want to try getting your thing working so that we can try playing right after you get home tomorrow, and then maybe we could do a little bit of story before going to the weddings.
Yeah, it's such a small amount of time. It'd only be 2 hours, like if we do it basically right when I get home.
It's unfortunate, but... And then... I don't know, because... Geez, that'd be like 2-3 hours for the weddings. But we can either do
Or
this...
if they go the whole
Yeah.
time, but I don't...
I doubt it, because we're gonna start it right away, probably. But yeah, otherwise we can do this on Thursday.
Depends on, I guess, if you would want to try and finish the entire game at that point. Because I don't know how much would be left. I mean, we still have another zone. So I guess doing the trial itself and probably getting to the zone would be fine tomorrow.
Yeah, we could try doing that. Like, I'm curious, there's, what, 3 of you in chat right now? How much longer would you say till the end? Like, you saw the pace that we just went. How many hours do you think we've got? Give people time to answer.
Since we're not doing it today, I'm gonna go level my miner before it restarts.
Wow, to think you could leave this beautiful fucking arena.
I need to help Hero. Hero's more important to me.
But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get an answer before server goes down. We'll see. There's 10 minutes left. But yeah. Oh, I am... God, I really need hand tracking. It looks so weird when I lean against my hand. But yeah, I'm excited. And I'm not gonna lie, part of my excitement. This is probably the weapon extreme. We probably can actually get her weapons.
We talked about it.
What? Well, we talked about wanting
We-
the weapons, but we
No, they confirmed it. The first was accessory, second was weapon. When we were talking
Yes, but we didn't know
with
this
everybody in the
was it.
server. Yeah, but we said the first trial was the accessories and the second one was the weapon. This is the second trial. That is the point that I am making.
Your point is in the wrong place. I am just saying, we get those weapons, and they are beautiful. And I am excited. I don't know if it'll match my glamours that well, but I don't care. Oh. I'm not sure if I should look up this song online or if I should wait till tomorrow. I should probably wait till tomorrow to hear it in the fight. It's so good. And this isn't even the end, Bree. This isn't even the end.
Yeah.
As questionable as some of the pacing choices were earlier in the expansion, damn, this expansion is a masterpiece. Oh, and there's the warning. We'll begin shortly. Oh, oof. Yeah, let's disband party. Can I quickly do a G pose? Software that we need. So it's in the way. Oh, that's awkward. There we go. I'm probably gonna try and take more screenshots tomorrow. Holy crap.
Is it time for us to have another very basic thumbnail tomorrow?
Jesus. I might. I don't know. I had an idea for a last thumbnail, but I don't know if that's what I want for tomorrow, if we still have 2 days left. I'll think of something. I am actually going to end stream now, guys. I'm gonna mute right now, but I'm gonna let it play this song for the ending. Yeah, I'll be back. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I'm glad we got here. I'm sad because we probably could have gotten a bit further, but the maintenance is gonna stop us. But holy crap. Holy crap. Enjoy Answers, or this remix of Answers. for the next minute or two while I end stream. And again, as usual, Twitter and Discord is down below. And that is where I announce streams. Tomorrow, hopefully, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be doing this fight and a little bit of what's after. I don't know if I'm going to stream the weddings. The first one isn't ours. It's not quite fair. It'll probably be a shorter one just to get a little further. And then Thursday, we're going to try and finish this. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Ah.